So, prior to the group officially or documented as the Druids, there was a pre-existing organization, if you will, already existing there. And we won't get too much into them at this point, but they eventually became closely identified around 3000 BC with the arrival of the Tuatha De Danann, and they occupied what historians classify as the pre-Druidic Britain, with the megalithic sites were created with astronomical significance, and then they were later used by the descending Druids. Celtic mythology certainly has much to say in the way of all the invasions that the British Isles held up against. However, we're not as much concerned with Celticism as one might assume in terms of Druidry. It's merely the place and culture in which it emerged in our recognizable past, our history, but thus we will not concern ourselves with all things Celtic except that which directly applies to the furthering of Druidry. As I say, I strongly feel the origins and roots of the Druidic tradition and peoples to be from the Mediterranean, Mesopotamian tradition, dragon priests and kings from that tradition that moved westward. The Tuatha De Danann and the dragon priests are very closely aligned in the origins of European Druidism, and that is as much as we can logically deduce, truly. So this would make Irish and British Druidism at least 5,000 years old. The precise time when it changed from a bloodline of the dragon priest to a broader and more familiar Celtic Druidic college is what we call the Battle of the Trees, which we'll get into later.